Hi friends, today we are going to talk about using Google Drawings to make a drawing of our layers of soil. So I'm going to show you maybe a couple different ways we can do it. So our layers of soil stack on top of each other vertically, and when we've discussed they are also called horizons. So I need 5 of them, starting with our humus, our topsoil, our subsoil, and our parent material, and ending in bedrock. So we can use a table, which we're used to using. So except for I wouldn't want to go to the right, I'd actually want to go down 5. So then I have 5 sections going down, something like this. And of course we're going to stretch it out, and then make it a little bit smaller. So for this section, let's see, it is the top, and it is smaller, so we can even make this section smaller. This is where our humus is. So I could label that here with humus, and I prefer it to be in the middle. And let's see if it will let us fill in a color. So humus I would make probably green, since it's near the top. Perfect, something like this. And then next comes our topsoil, and I would make it a brown, darker brown, and of course you can go custom right here and you can kind of choose colors, but it might be safer to stick with what they give us. So a darker brown, something like this for our topsoil. Our subsoil comes next. I'm going to choose a different color brown for the subsoil, maybe even darker, like this. And then next is our parent material, or our weathered rock. And remember, this is where our soil comes from eventually, once it is weathered down. And, you know, like we said, it takes thousands of years for soil to be made. So I would put parent material here as my label. And this one we can get a little bit fun with. So it's still, of course, going to have some soil and it's some brown. So let's just choose a brown. That's a little too red for me. Yeah, something like that. But remember, this has rock pieces in it, so I can insert some shapes, like some circles maybe, or even I know they have some funkier shapes too. Anyways, and then here I'm going to put in some rocks, and I can change the color here with my fill color, make it gray. So I have some rocks in there. I'm just going to do the same thing again, or you can, like we've learned how to do, copy and paste. So Control C and then Control V to paste. So here's another one, and I can make it maybe a different size type of rock. Do it again, Control V. So I just have some rocks placed throughout. My parent material. And then last I have bedrock. This is that hard layer at the bottom of solid rock. And of course here I'd want it to be a gray, looking like this. And then of course I always kind of like to change my font, make it fun, make it maybe a little bit bigger. Change it to an 18, bold it so I can see it really well. There we go. So now I have a drawing of my humus, my topsoil, my subsoil, my parent material, and my bedrock, which actually might just go together like this. There we go. So this is using a table. I could also just use shapes and stack them on top of each other potentially. So right here I have just a rectangle I could make for my humus, and then I can change the color just like I did for the other one, make it green. And I can type in it. Same thing. So this is just my one shape, and then I'd have to insert another shape, another rectangle, put it underneath, make it the same size. Alright, and then this is my top soil. Change the color. Make another shape, put it underneath for my subsoil, and continue on. And continue on and do the same thing with my parent material, the same thing with my bedrock. So this is a way that we can use Google Drawings to draw our layers of soil. But remember, you are also welcome to draw it on a piece of paper and send in a picture. If you're having any trouble, just reach out to your teacher, and remember, your last step, or even your first step, is to share with your teacher, either Ms. Thompson or Ms. McCoy, depending on who you have for science.